Certainly, it's a great pleasure and honor to stand before you to share some Black history on the first Sunday of Black History Month. And a shout out to all the February babies out there. Amen. I want to talk to you about the first Black president in the world. His name is Joseph Jenkins Roberts, a Petersburg man. Some would say P-Berg or Peter Burger. On the corner of Sycamore and Wythe Street, there stands a stone monument dedicated to Joseph Jenkins Roberts, the first president of Liberia. Roberts lived in Petersburg during the dark era of slavery among the city's free Black population. The free Black population was an enigma. Roberts began his life with the Americans sharply divided over the issue of slavery. Moreover, many opponents of slavery thought if slavery were entirely abolished, it would be difficult for the previously enslaved Blacks to assimilate or live harmoniously with the white population. Before becoming an adult, Joseph's family moved to Petersburg, and that is where he achieved some modicum of success. The New World Encyclopedia writes, as a boy, he began to work in his family business on a flatboat that transported goods from Petersburg to Norfolk, Virginia on the James River. After the death of his father, his family moved to Petersburg. He continued to work in his family's business, but also served as an apprentice in a barber shop. The owner of the barber shop, William Colson, was also a minister of the gospel and one of Virginia's best educated Black residents. He gave Roberts access to his private library, which was a source of much of his early education. He and his family were residents of the free Black community on the Pocahontas Island. However, even though he was established and prospering, due to his color, he was limited to what he could accomplish in the antebellum South. Somehow he began aware of the mission of American Colonization Society and made the decision to resettle in the Liberia colony of the African continent. Once migrating to Liberia, Roberts became influential there and became involved with the colony's politics. The famous civil rights activist W.E.B. Du Bois wrote of Roberts in his 1937 essay, and it says, the governor of colony at that time was T.H. Buchanan, a white appointee of the American Colonization Society. There was much fighting between the Day and the Gola tribes, and Roberts became one of Buchanan's most efficient leaders. Roberts then made every effort to make friends with the natives, with the result that when Buchanan died in 1841, Robert was first colored man to become governor of Liberia. As governor, Robert increased his influence and became one of the most admired men in the colony. As conducting business for Liberia, he saw it was necessary for Liberia to obtain its independence and become a sovereign country. In 1847, Roberts called a conference, and the new Republic of Liberia was proclaimed. Robert was elected as the first president as soon as the nation was proclaimed. Roberts hurried to England, writes Du Bois. Due to his negotiation skills, the United Kingdom became the first nation to recognize Liberia as a sovereign nation. France, Belgium, and Denmark will follow suit. However, Liberia's mother country, the United States, did not recognize it until 1862, during the midst of the Civil War. Robert would serve 2 tenures as president from 1847 through 1856 and 1872 through through 1876. Not too long after finishing his second tenure, Joseph Jenkins Roberts would die on February the 24th, 1876, at age 66. Over 150 years after his death, Joseph Jenkins Roberts is considered to be the very first black president and very first black head of state in our modern era.